because I think at one point I probably would have just given up, And every time I looked in the mirror, I did a practice, I would say to myself, hey, gorgeous, how you doing today? Or something like that to kind of lift myself up.
Yes.
My form of
have to.
work. Yeah.
Saying affirmations to be positive and make yourself, feel uplifted, That's why your channel is so great, because it, it teaches how to do that.
Because I think especially now, we need collective healing.
Infinite being, use your intention, love your life.
What's good? What's good? My beautiful infinite beings. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. At this channel, we engage in spiritual alchemy to help you realign, transform, and live your best life. In honor of Black History Month being, or at the recording of this particular project, and also as a reflection of Women's Month, which is coming very soon next month, I have invited a number of people to speak with me regarding their businesses. As women and as smaller businesses, I am looking to give back to the community and to help others and let them be known as well. Today, I have Gervasia, who is major in terms of natural hair care, the entrepreneur, CEO, and amazing specialist for natural hair care with Butterflynaturals. So welcome, my dear.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yes, I love the whole outfit. Looking gorgeous.
Thank you. You look beautiful as well.
Thank you, thank you. Today, I just wanted to come together and offer some information to my listeners. I had also been through my own breast cancer, metastatic breast cancer journey. And one of the things that I ended up doing is cutting my hair, sending it out to a company that made a wig or wigs out of it for a young person. And that was really important for me to give back. So what would you say to someone who is kind of going through that cancer journey? Is it can be tough, when you work on, you have your hair and then you're gonna lose it.
Right.
To a particular disease or something that's going, it could be anything, alopecia or whatever. I'm just wondering if you have any advice to deal with that. For me, it was, how can I still feed my soul and remain resilient while fighting for my life? And how can I give back? How can I show love in spite of what I'm going through? And also, in case you're curious, Infinite Being fam, I'll put the link for that particular hair vid in the description box as well. So what are your thoughts?
I think that is a beautiful thing what you did. And I think I recommend it, I recommend people doing that. That's a really, really good thing to do. I know I think they still exist. Lots of Love. Yeah. I don't know if that's the same one that you sent your hair to, but doing that it's gonna help. It helps a lot of people, because especially for us, African American women of color, children of color, when it comes to wigs and when it comes to getting any type of extensions, is difficult. A lot of the wigs that they make for specifically targeting to cancer survivors, a lot of the times it's straight hair. You don't have the option of, you're not going to get 4C hair. So if more of us can donate, more of us can, go that route and give back, it's really a beautiful, thing to do, because we just don't have that, available for us,
Definitely. So, that's why it was so important to me. Yeah, there are definitely quite a few companies, some shut down during COVID and some were not accepting. You have to follow whatever their protocol is. Maybe they don't accept gray hair, or they don't accept hair that's colored, or any number of things or a certain length.
Requirements.
So yeah, definitely if you're interested in that, Infinite Being fam, check out my video for that particular, it's called a big chop, even though it wasn't obviously a big chop. Video, so that can really help you make a decision. I think I have quite a few companies that I listed that still were taking hair at the time of the video.
Oh, good.
Yeah, as I've talked to you before, I've undergone a journey through metastatic breast cancer. That on top of having natural kinky curly hair, one of the things that really were of a concern as a brown girl, my hair.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
so in dealing with the natural hair care, you're already dealing with, at least I was dealing with, a natural dryness thing, and you have to work out which type of products to use, as well as knowing that your hair changes throughout that journey anyway. And then add on top of it the chemo situation, which dries your hair out, completely takes it out anyway, and then dealing with the new growth. In my own particular case, I had my hair come up like 3 different colors. Of course, I couldn't put color in it at that point to make it like one color or, something different. And it was really difficult for me. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about, my dear, is, what should we be doing?
It's already an emotional challenge and struggle to lose your hair this way, and due to illness, due to unplanned, you're going through an unplanned natural journey for a lot of people with this. So it's very important that as you're growing your hair out and you're trying to get it back, that you're preserving the hair that you already have,
right,
while you're growing out and while you're trying to get your hair grow out healthy. So that's why the protective styling and the method in which you're doing it is very, very important. Of course, wearing your own hair out is great because you can just keep it, you can keep it moisturized, you have access to it, all the time. But, for some people, the protective styling is very beneficial for helping them to grow the hair out. So it's texture, it has to do with texture, as well, what method is best for helping a person grow their hair out.
Yeah, definitely. For my particular journey, obviously I was gonna lose all of the hair, and me doing these videos or things out, constantly seeing myself was really emotionally draining, because it was like I look at myself and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sick, that kind of thing. And so for me to not have that jarring effect when I walk past a mirror or whatever, to uplift myself. And I started doing everything, like the like hats and all kinds of things, just to kind of uplift my spirits during that time.
I believe it was Joel Osteen's mom who was also diagnosed with terminal metastatic cancer at something like 48 years old. And yet she chose to cover mirrors with like affirmational phrases and pictures of her family. And today she thrives.
Because I think at one point I probably would have just given up, And every time I looked in the mirror, I did a practice, I would say to myself, hey, gorgeous, how you doing today? Or something like that, to kind of lift myself up.
Yes.
My form of
have to.
work. Yeah. So
Mary J. Blige has a song. It's called Good Morning Gorgeous. And it's that same thing. You wake up in the morning, say good morning, gorgeous. Like praise yourself, and that's important in this journey, in your complete, journey, is, saying affirmations to be positive and make yourself, feel uplifted. That's why your channel is so great, because it teaches how to do that.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And hoping to really spread that word to people, because I think especially now we need collective healing. There's a lot going on, and it's not just about the C word that we're all going through. It's about that emotional change that's taking place, almost an awakening, a spiritual awakening. And then some people, it's very draining. It's very difficult. People, especially my empaths, my, highly sensitive people are really going through it. So that's one of the reasons to start the channel as well, because
Yes.
people need that love, they need that help, they need that remembering and that spirituality to help lift them up so they can be their best selves.
Yes.
So I'm appreciative to that.
Yeah, it's hard to do that on your own. You need, a lot of times you need guidance.
Yeah.
So that's what you're doing.
Thank you. I love that. Okay, so one more thing I have picked for, speaking of the work, because that's what that is. I picked one word for the year to be able to kind of define what the rest of the year is going to look like for me. Something that I needed to be conscious of and be intentional about. So that word for me was connection. And so that's why you and I, because I am open to receiving people who are gonna vibe high and help people. So, that's why I looked for you or found you.
Thank you.
Wondering what your word, if any, would be, if you haven't chosen one for this year, what would your word be that you would love to be intentional about this year?
So mine is actually a little term. It's catalyst for change.
Say it again.
And I feel catalyst for change.
Oh, nice. Catalyst.
And I feel like since COVID, like just everything has shifted as far as entrepreneurship, especially for us female Black entrepreneurs. Like nothing is the same. Everything has changed. Right. And I feel like 2022, like 2020, we're in the middle of the pandemic. No one knows what to do. 2021, we figure it out. Let's start our businesses. Let's get, everything that we wanted to do, let's get it going. Let's start. And I feel like 2022 now is the actual execution of what we're trying to do, our dreams, and manifesting, everything. And I'm in a place where, like you said, with the connection, I'm in a place right now where it's not just, I don't feel like it's just about me and my success with my business. Like, I want us all to win, like all of us. Yeah. And I feel like we can all do it at the same time. It doesn't have to be one after the other. Like, we can all do it together at the same time. And I feel like now is the time for us to support each other more than ever. Like, there is no competition. Each of us brings something different to the table, and there's room for all of us.
Definitely.
There's room for us. Definitely. And we're making headway, and we're going in strong in all different, directions and things like that. So I found a female Black owned nail polish company. So I've been wearing that.
Oh, you have to share that offline, girl.
Yes, I started for the rest of the month, like on my Instagram. I digress. I'm sorry.
Oh wow! Yes.
But like for the rest of the month, like I started this little like campaign. Because I like to support, my fellow entrepreneurs, and I've met a lot of entrepreneurs like during pop-up shops and things like that. So each of the days for the remainder of this month, I'm working on like featuring an entrepreneur line. So tomorrow is going to be another female Black owned company. And these are all like companies that I personally believe in, I personally shop with. And so we can all get ourselves, out there. Like you said, make those connections.
Definitely. Oh, I have to get those deets because that sounds really good, because I've been looking for that. There is no reason why we can't support each other. And like you said, for me, there are no limits. My company is Infin8.
Yes.
And so, there's no reason why we can't all share that light. I mean,
Right.
if I'm light and I share all with all my girls and all my fellow entrepreneurs, we all are light. And then we reflect that back to the rest of the world. So
Yes.
no, there's no lack here. So I'm so glad we touched base.
Yes. This is fun.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Curly.
Thank you.
I know that you're a proponent of hair care and not just like styles, as so many people, are in these days. And that really doesn't help us for longevity. So tell me about what you do and all that.
I am a licensed natural hair specialist, and with my business, what I focus on is hair restoration. A lot of my clients come to me with issues such as hair loss, thinning, scalp issues such as like dermatitis, eczema, hair breakage. So my focus really is to get clients' hair to be as healthy as possible, teaching them how to protect their hair, how to care for their hair at home. I also have a product line that I have available for them to use when they go home. And I do great styling and everything, but that's not my main love and my main focus is really helping women to get their hair healthy, because that's, at the end of the day, that's how you're going to really love your hair. The styling is just the aesthetic beauty, of it, but you really have to, you have to love your hair for what it is. Love yourself for you first. The style is a compliment.
So true, so true. That can be a real struggle to embrace your hair. I remember when I first started on my hair care journey, prior to all of that journey, it was difficult for me because, I had in my mind how I wanted my hair to look, and then didn't realize that my hair would come in with different curl patterns on my same head, and how to deal with that. What do you tell your clients about that?
Most people have various textures within their own hair just naturally, right? So that's why with curly hair, it's so important to really learn your hair, learn how it needs to be moisturized, learn how it needs to be cared for. For example, I have a client, she has literally almost 5 different textures of her hair. The center of her hair is very tightly curled, the back very loose. The front is a little bit straighter or on the coarser side. So it's knowing how to, be patient with your hair, and knowing just how to really care for it, how to protect it. It's really about being patient with it,
Girl, that is something I'm not good with.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. They don't call it a journey for no reason.
For sure. I know one thing though, don't do hair angry. You're like,
angry, tired, or hungry.
There you go.
Don't even do it to yourself.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So as far as your line, tell us about that. Do you have anything that you want to talk about in particular, something that's really good in terms of your line, a particular product that we should look out for?
Well, yeah. So as a natural hair stylist, I was finding that a lot of the products in the market wasn't working for all of my clients. So I started mixing and making my own and using it on my clients, and the clients really loved it and they wanted me to start selling it. So that's how my line came about. So it's the Butterflynaturals system of care. What I came up with is a cleanser, a moisturizing spray, a sealing butter, and a styling custard. The cleanser, Clean Me Not Strip Me, this actually works with your shampoo and your conditioner. So you would use it afterwards. And what this is going to do is going to put the natural oils back into your hair, because shampoo is to strip the hair of dirt, oils, products, and things like that. And then the conditioner is to put moisture back in. But as we know, that's not enough for kinky curly hair. So with my product, you would put that in to add oils back into the hair. This is apple cider vinegar based, so it's going to be really good for detangling your hair and giving your hair that slip that it needs. It also has oils in it that's going to, put that natural oil back in to make the hair smooth, so it's easy to detangle, and you've got that first step as far as getting the moisture in. And then the second step I have is called Love Me Every Day, and this is a moisturizing spray. So you'd use this in your hair right after you put in the Clean Me Not Strip Me, and this is going to moisturize your hair. It has aloe vera, grapeseed oil, coconut oil to help moisturize your hair. I love that product. Most of my clients really, really like it because it's a great product for you to use every single day. The Butter Me Up, and it's a sealing butter. And what this does, it seals in the moisture that you just put in with the
Nice.
Love Me Every Day. And this it's shea butter based, coconut, it has coconut oil, it has rosemary, sunflower seed oil, which is high in vitamin E. This is a very special butter because, as you know, shea butter is very thick and very heavy, and for clients, especially when you have finer hair, it's a lot to be putting on a product, a grease on your hair that's going to be heavy. And then especially if you're having scalp issues or you've just recovered from chemo, you don't want to be putting anything that's going to be heavy sitting on your scalp. Whether it's a healthy ingredient or not, it's still something sitting. So with my butter, I created it in a way so that it just penetrates deep into your hair. It's also great on your skin. It's really a light butter it's not going to be feeling greasy. And that's one of my main things. I didn't want products that would be greasy on people's hair.
Yes.
And then the styling product that I have is called All That I Can Be. And this now is for any style that needs definition, hold. So you can use this for your defining gold styles. If you're doing 2-strand twists, you can use it for that. If you want to slick your hair back into a bun, stimulate my hair growth. This is a great oil that I definitely recommend to my clients who are having issues with their scalp and growing out their hair. This is excellent for someone like your audience that is struggling with getting their hair growing back after chemo and they need to help their hair to get stronger.
Yeah.
This is a great product for this. It's castor oil based, Jamaican black castor oil based. Black Jamaican castor oil is really good for thickening the hair. It has rosemary, peppermint. If you put any type of oil that you put on your scalp, you want it to penetrate deep into your scalp and not sit there. The way I have it formulated, it's a lot lighter, and it promotes hair growth. It stimulates that process. The peppermint gets the blood circulating. Use it nightly. It's concentrated, so you put a tiny little dab on your finger and just kind of like rub it in through all of your areas that you're having issues with. And it works over time. It's not a miracle grow. It works with consistency. And basically all the hair care products work with your consistency. Patience is really important because it's really a journey, learning the regimen and how to use it.
It definitely is. What should we be using for breakage?
So for breakage, the whole line works because it works as 4 steps to maintain your hair every day, to keep it moisturized and to help it not break off. You will use the Love Me Every Day spray and the Butter Me Up every single day.
Okay.
And those two together is going to put in the moisture, and then the butter is going to seal it in. It's going to keep the hair soft, because that's the main thing that causes breakage is when your hair is dry.
Yeah, sure.
It's styling that's not healthy, but it has a lot to do with your hair being dry, your scalp not being well oiled, kept clean. So things like that. So it's like the main thing to prevent breakage is keeping your hair moisturized.
Now, you mentioned that there was a client that you was struggling with all different types of curl patterns on her same head. Now, someone who can't come into your place that would still be interested in your care line, do you offer consultations, or how would that work? Do they just keep playing? Because sometimes you can buy these products and you think you're going, by the book,
right,
how you're supposed to be using them, and then it doesn't turn out the way that it will with your, you have the healing hands.
You definitely, it's important that you get guidance, and it's difficult buying products on the shelves, and you can read the directions, but it can be difficult trying to figure it out still. A big part of my business is also teaching. I do hair consultations. So if a person can't come to me in person for a hair consultation, I can do it via Zoom or FaceTime, whatever method works best, go over each product and what to do. Usually I also do workshops, I do Parent and Me workshops, and I do hands-on workshops. So kind of think of a paint and sip type of setup, but with hair. So you would have the products in front of you, and step by step, I'll be going through it, using my hair or using a model's hair, going through each step and helping you along the way, answering your questions. So with COVID, that's where I'm moving towards now, is doing more virtual workshops and things like that. So I like being able to reach my audience, reach my clients, be able to give them that hands-on, you know, assistance, because
Definitely.
just trying to use
Definitely.
blogs and YouTube, it's hard. And
Hard.
it's overwhelming
There's
now.
a lot of information out there. And so people get confused and they think they're doing it right, but they don't know. That's your expertise. So there's so much information on the internet regarding protective styles, you know, let's say locks or braids.
Yes.
Or something like that. What in your line would be good for, let's say, a faux lock that someone will put in for however long and then take out? What do you even suggest? Like, obviously they're going to have trouble with moisture if they're adding on some faux lock or something like that. I don't know, any suggestions?
So the main thing so in order for a protective style to be a protective style, it actually has to be protecting your hair.
Right.
So before you put in a protective style, first of all, you always want to make sure that your hair and your scalp is clean, right? You want to make sure that you put the right type of moisturizing products to your hair. If possible, well, you should always do this, but like some type of a deep treatment conditioner or a type of mask, something that will protect your hair even more than just a regular conditioner or, you know, your everyday regimen products. So doing a deep conditioner is good. If you know that your hair is on the weaker side, for a lot of patients that are dealing with the aftermath of chemo and losing the hair, doing protein treatments are pretty good, because then you can use it to strengthen the hair. For protein treatment, there's brands you can buy, like there's a Fuji and things like that, but I do like a more natural approach. So I usually tell clients to mix eggs, mix 1 egg, a tablespoon of mayonnaise, like maybe about a teaspoon of olive oil, coconut oil, and a teaspoon of your regular conditioner, and you mix that up together and you put that through your hair and let that sit with a plastic cap for about half an hour, and then you rinse it out. And that's what you would do after doing your shampoo and your conditioner. But you want to make sure that you rinse that, you know, that treatment out that you just put in. But it's really, really important that you get that moisture into your hair first and get the strength into your hair first before you put it in a style. And then you would use like my product line to put oils back into your hair. Once you have the style in now, for your maintenance, it's going to be very important that you're moisturizing every day and keeping your scalp cleansed. You know, with certain protective styles, it is difficult to go under the shower and wash your hair. Some styles don't really permit for you to do that. So doing dry cleanses are very good for that. So like my Clean Me Not Strip Me, you can use it on your scalp directly to cleanse your scalp, like as dry shampoo, you putting it through your scalp, and then you're taking paper towel or a towel and just rubbing through all of your parts to freshen up your scalp.
And which one was, I'm sorry, which one was that for, like, parts?
The Clean Me Not Strip Me. This is the apple cider vinegar based product.
Okay.
So you would put that in. So you can do that like once a week or every 2 weeks, depending on how much product you're using. If you're noticing that you have dry scalp issues and things like that, you can use it, you know, as much as you need. But definitely like the Love Me Everyday spray, whether you have whatever style you have in, you want to make sure you're moisturizing your hair. So whether or not it's in the protective style, try to spray the moisturizer into your hair the best that you can. And then you can put the Buttermy up to seal that moisture in. You want to do the nightly growth oil to maintain. So it's really, a lot of times people do protective styles, not realizing that they still have to do a lot of maintenance with those styles. It's just that the maintenance isn't hairstyling. The maintenance is hair care.
Right.
You know, so that's the big difference.
That's huge. Yeah, definitely. I think one of the things that people struggle with is exactly that. They think they can just, you know, have the protective style and they have to do nothing after that. And then they wonder why it breaks later, dryness, etc. They take it out. So that is amazing that you have like everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really love that about your line. And perhaps we'll have you to come in and like do some demos or you know, record one of your get-togethers so that people could see what's going on with that at a later date.
In order for it to be a protective style, it actually has to be protective, right? So a lot of times you may go to a salon and if they do the braids too tight, then it's not protective, because now it's putting tension on your scalp. causing headaches, causing more tension, helping you to lose more hair and possibly develop, different types of alopecia. So you don't want to have those issues. So whatever style that you do, the braids that's used to install it or to do it has to be looser. It needs to be looser. You also want to stay away from extension hair that is heavy in weight. So faux locks is really a nice style. However, depending on the type of faux locks you're doing, it can be very heavy and weigh on the scalp. You want very, very light extension styles. Another thing that's important is with your edges, like if you are wearing wigs, try to wear they have them in the beauty supply stores now. I don't remember the name of them, but it's like a velvet type of band that you put on before you put your wig on. So that helps to protect your edges.
Yeah, because
so it's all about, say it again.
I said, because also the rubbing, the pulling,
yes,
all of that pulls at your hairline. You see these women whose hairline just goes back. Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. And let me know down in the comments if you all want to see a little bit more of this, or maybe a party. We'll put your details in the description box below as well. How do they get in touch with you?
I am on Instagram. I have 2 pages, Butterflynaturals, focused on the products on my workshops, the teaching that I do. And then I have Butterflynaturals Hair on Instagram. And that's for my hair styling appointments and hair restoration information you'll find on there. And on Facebook, it's Butterflynaturals.
First of all, you're in Jersey.
Yes, I am in New Jersey. I'm in Bayonne, in Union, New Jersey as well. But I also do house calls for the tri-state area.
Okay, that works. I'm going to drop those details down also in the description box for those of you who are looking, who can't get to New Jersey, or she is available online as well. Either way, you'll have a person who's amazing at what they do, and a leader at hair care. So I'm very excited for your business as well. And thank you so much for coming to Infinite Beings.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, for sure. Hopefully you come back soon. We'll do our little part.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Okay. All right. Smooches.
Bye.
Thanks for watching Infinite Beings. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, smooches.